So Jeff, we've spent the last couple days going over and getting the group together and going over Southwest Microwave's new Intrepid LiDAR, spending some time in the conference room, going over some slide decks and getting some information, and then kind of putting together a mock setup area, because we all would like to actually take hardware and bring it outside and actually put it to some testing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll just comment. It's one of my favorite things to do is come out here and hang out with specifically your group, but and play and test things.
Yep.
We're all in this business for technology. We're all in business for sensors that protect our critical infrastructure, our valuable clients and assets, and all of those things. So I love this stuff. And what we've been doing is playing with our LiDAR today. So our Intrepid LiDAR, we have a long-range sensor here that's mounted on its side, actually. This sensor can go out to about 300 meters. Now, that's highly reflective, large targets at that distance. In real-world applications, where I live in super high security, we get crawling detection, and that's prone crawling on the ground, belly to the ground, parallel to the zone, out to about 80 meters or so. Walking targets even past that. So we were testing actually really long. There's the Hampton Inn way down there, more than 1,000 feet away. We've got a driveway. We've been watching cars, semis, human beings drive up and down this corridor all morning. And the LiDAR's been picking it up. We've been able to classify targets as different, a human being, not alarmed based on trucks, cars, that type of stuff. We also have our mid-range LiDAR here, and our mid-range goes to about 150 meters. So gives us a little bit of wider coverage area, little wider zones that we covered.
And that's the important part, is bringing the stuff out here, setting it up. Everybody will be able to see through the video. The guys actually put a camera up here, so when we walked out and hauled everything out, ran wires, we actually put a camera there so you can see the field of view that we were sending the LiDARs down and tracking objects. But for us, it's an investment of time, right? Not everybody just wants to hear from a sales guy who hasn't actually taken the stuff out and put it to a test, and that's that's the important part of all this.
Absolutely. And I'll just recap. We spent the day in the classroom yesterday talking about our microfiber, our MS-30,
yep,
our LiDAR products. It's hot today.
Yeah.
It's in the 90s.
We've got some clips of different situations and scenarios, and just go through that. But let's go inside and continue on.
Perfect. So I've got two LiDARs set up right now, and we see Chuck's coming on camera. He is going to walk down the center of these two LiDARs. They're set up one long range and one medium range. The long range can go up to 300 meters. And right now we have object detection on the right-hand side, where he's actually causing alarms right now. And we can see scrolling. It's detecting him as a human. So we have these zones programmed so that they ignore vehicles and are just alarming on human beings. On the left-hand side, as he gets further along, we should be able to start picking up motion points that will scroll on this side. So Chuck, you may want to move to your left a little bit. We can see his target here on the left. Here we go. We're moving out of an object zone there. So now we are picking them up and we're getting different point clouds. Chuck, keep sort of moving to your left a little bit so you stay in the center of the zone. But we're monitoring these numbers of points as we get further and further down. Again, this is a LiDAR sensor that can go up to 300 meters. So we have this set to about 250 meters before the road. He won't necessarily make it that far, but we want to track how many lasers we're actually getting on target as he walks through that zone. Now on the right-hand side, on this LiDAR over here, everything's cleared because he's past that. We see the red alarm in this side, and we're still getting points indicating here. And what we'll do with this data is when we come back to set up real zones, we'll be able to take what these minimum point values are and make sure we set our zone so that we can accurately get the detection, but reduce nuisance alarms by not having a value that's too low. Now we see he's sort of out there towards the end. Chuck, when you get to the end of the street, you'll turn around. So you're right on the edge right there at that distance. So why don't you turn around and come back? So I had this zone specifically set up to only alarm if we were getting more than 10 points. And so at the point he was at that far end, almost to the very edge of the road, we were still getting 11, 12 points. So it was still detecting him and going into alarm. As he comes back, these point values will start to increase dramatically. And now we see a vehicle that came in the road. You see it on camera, turned into the parking lot and moved out. It's now passing Chuck. And all of a sudden those point values jumped up dramatically because it saw that vehicle. That vehicle will clear here in just a second, but we're still getting alarms from Chuck as he's walking because he's walking back. But our point values are hovering around 16, 17, 18, I see. And this is all valuable data that we're using when we actually set up our zones in a real life application. You can almost pick him up here in the corner as where he's at. I know the view may be a little bit small, but he's got a bounding box around him now with his vehicle right behind him. He's in front of that, but it was still picking up that point cloud for him all the way. Now you notice it started to pick him up on the right side, and it is classifying him as a human being over there. On the left side, he's within the zone, but the reason it's not alarming right now, it's still detecting, it still clearly sees him. It's right in, you can see this red box. He's seen very well, but I have the point value set too high for it to classify it as an alarm. And so again, this is a setup process that we're doing and we're testing today. So I would go back my next step and then I would decrease the number in that zone to make sure I'm creating the alarm at the same time tracking him. So it's not that it's not tracking him right now because you still saw that bounding box. As he got closer to the end, it exceeded that threshold. It was looking for 300, and now he's in a object detection zone, and it classified him as a human being there. He's actually stepped off to the left of it now. He's still on the right side. It's still picking him up. It's just the difference of the widths of the zone that we have there. So here, what we're doing in this set, again, we have two LiDAR set up. We have a long-range LiDAR, and we have a medium range, and we have different object and classification zones. Right now, we see Steve walking across. It classified him as a human being in these zones here on the mid-range and on the long range. Now, in here in just a second, we'll have Brad drive, and we'll see the car. So Steve, if you will go behind that dumpster there so you get out of the view for a second. And Brad, you want to drive your vehicle through. And what will happen, so now we have Brad, and on the left-hand side, we have it picking him up as a small target. I have that enabled. But on the right side, in this these object zones here, it did not alarm on him until he got passed into the second zone there. So it because it was only set to classify as a human being, it didn't pick up Brad's vehicle. Now in the long range LiDAR on the left, it sees his vehicle all the way down. Again, this is a unit that goes 300 meters. So he's driving down almost to the edge of the street there where he's going to turn out there by the Hampton Inn, and it's still picking him up right there until he moved to the right out of that zone. So successful test here where the object detection determined that a human being was a human being, a vehicle was a vehicle, and didn't alarm on the target when it wasn't supposed to.